Welcome to your wiki. You're going to be part of a group that makes a web page. Actually, it's a wiki since there's multiple users that are all going to be contributing something here. You're going to be playing some role in that. And as a whole, your group is going to make a nice web page, wiki, on a specific philosopher that's been assigned to you. So if we each play our role, the idea is that it should culminate in a nice little web page on the philosopher you've been assigned to. And other groups have different philosophers. At the end of the semester, we will be able to peruse and enjoy and learn about the various philosophers people are working on. So really, we're going to be working on this kind of piecemeal until the end of the semester. It isn't like a huge, giant project, but we want to be making kind of small installments on it. And I'll be giving you little phase 1 and phase 2 assignments. So here, phase 1 is very simple. As I'm asking you to do here, choose a job. I've described 8 jobs below. Look at the job descriptions and think about which of them you think you could do best. And maybe better than which of them is easiest, which do you think your skills will make the best contribution to, or that you're in the best position to do, or maybe even that you want to become better at. But yeah, think where you fit best for the project. And as I say here at the bottom of the page, go down, it will say start a new thread. And you put your name there and the primary job that you're signing up for. The catch, or one caveat, or one thing that we need to pay attention to is that every job category have at least a few people in it. It might take a little while, but in time, there should be 3 or more people in each job category. Certainly, we need at least 2. So I've got some directions about that on the page here. If there are categories that don't have anyone in it yet, you need to take those because it can't be finished unless there's a person in every role. There should be, 3 to 5 in each eventually. So, at the bottom of the page, it says start a new thread. Put your name and the primary job you want. And then look at what other people are signing up for. And we need to make sure that there's a proper distribution. So we've got an executive editor, web designer, content manager, and a number of researchers that make the kind of raw material that the executive editor, web designer, and content manager use, the kind of raw material from the researchers and a couple of the other positions, which include the primary philosophical researcher, historical researcher, contemporary researcher, philosophical applications specialist, and philosophical questioner. So read those descriptions there. They divide roughly like this. The executive editor, web designer, and content manager, they all really work in packaging and making a nice presentation on the site of the raw material gathered and created by the researchers, the philosophical applications specialist, and the philosophical questioner. So those last 4 kind of make the raw material. Those top 3 need to kind of put that stuff into a nice presentable web page, wiki. So take a look through those. Okay, so a little something here about the site. It's blank now, so it's just your place to go. Nobody else goes here except your group, and you can make pages. Everybody can just start making pages. You can make one for your name and just post everything you want there. There's also threads at the bottom of the page, and you can just kind of fill in threads But this is basically what you're going to be filling in with your content. So in a way, start throwing it in there. Make a page, put it in a thread. First, you might just kind of explore the easy edit button. That is at the top left of the page. That's how you add something or edit something. Basically, once you click the easy edit, you're editing a page, and it's like a word processor at that point. If you look at the little toolbar, all different kinds of stuff you can do. The other thing to pay attention to, in addition to the easy edit page, is the add a new page button, which allows you to make a new content area. You might want to make one and go back there and just add in every new bit of material that you do, or just as your kind of workspace. So if you click add new page, you give it a title, and you go. And you can go edit it anytime you want. So this is an open area that initially in the kind of educational world we call like a sandbox. You kind of throw everything in there. Eventually it should be taking greater form and shape as the web designer, content manager, executive editor start working on it. Really any of you guys collectively start making it into an organized web area. But first you got to get your content up there and have to kind of have the ability to work on that content together. So it's an open space and it's there for you to explore. Okay, so I will be leaving more updates. So this is really just to get started. I'm trying to give you an overview so you have an idea of the forest. Now we're just kind of looking at the first tree, which is getting signed up for a primary job and a secondary job, and making sure that we've got a distribution of jobs such that each one of the job categories has at least a few people in it. And then we'll go to the next step. Basically, you can get started on that next step really any time. Make a page and just start populating your wiki. You can introduce yourself to other people. You can start researching and posting material. Really, you can do whatever you want. So I will leave some kind of specific instructions for step 2 soon. But now just go ahead and get started on that first phase, and you'll hear more from me. Okay, I look forward to it. Have fun with it. It's not a huge part of your grade, but if we all kind of like play our role, we should have a pretty interesting compendium of the history of philosophy coming together, and each just by playing our own role. So it doesn't have to require a lot of us individually if we play our part. Okay, so I'll give you more updates later.